Me, Robyn, and the kids have been here for a few days, and now we're here at the ranch, and it's really kind of me wanting to tell the kids of these stories that I had as a kid. And Garrison had a lot of the same experiences. We have shared experience. You know, there's these memories of him. He's been here. He's done this. We'll throw into the buckets. Just trying to honor my son as best I can. I don't even know if it's honor. It's
Kody and Robyn despised by fans after seeing this. Supporters were offended by Kody Brown and Robyn Brown's actions during Garrison Brown's funeral. Let's discuss the various moments that fans are debating right now. Robyn Brown and Kody Brown take a different turn. After the most recent episodes, the sister wives' followers began to criticize Kody Brown and Robyn Brown's actions. Many of these remarks relate to Kody's strategies as a father. It appeared that Kody and Robyn had altered their approach to dealing with their estranged relatives. However, based on audience reactions and comments, it backfired quite badly. There are numerous situations to pick from where Kody and Robyn's actions during their grief over Garrison Brown's passing struck people in shock. However, the scene where Robyn and Kody were outside by their fire pit was one of the most talked about. Robyn and Kody's fireside conversation. The scene where Robyn sat in front of their yard fire pit and listened to Kody talk about his suffering was brought up by many Sister Wives viewers. However, other admirers claimed that this sounded predetermined. In this moment, Robyn comforted Kody after he expressed that he had hoped for more time with Garrison and that things weren't meant to go this way. However, there was that little time when Kody was strolling around his garage workshop area before Robyn and Kody took their seats by the fire. And the image of Garrison Brown's poster-sized portrait that the camera slowly scanned has people furious. It was right next to his workspace. Comments from fans suggest that this was a very deliberate placement. Additionally, they imply that Kody was the subject of a specially selected photo throughout the editing process. What transpired during the episode's production, however, is unknown. When Kody added that the portrait would always be in the garage, Sister Wives fans lost their minds. They're curious as to why Garrison's picture isn't displayed more prominently at Robyn and Kody's home. We are aware that there is plenty space for artwork on the walls, aren't we? Why, therefore, was this picture of Garrison placed in the garage? That may be the case because Kody hides there from his soul wife. We will never understand why. A strange indication of the times. Sister Wives. Additionally, Sister Wives viewers believed that certain sequences during the episodes where Kody and Robyn were grieving for Garrison felt really odd and didn't really go together. In the town of Kody, Wyoming, we witnessed Kody displaying signs that he had previously sold to companies. As the Brown family said their goodbyes, that seems strangely out of place in these memorial episodes honoring Garrison. Alright, so in case you forgot, Kody used to sell signs years ago, even before Sister Wives was created. It wasn't as though he was showcasing his artistry or handiwork, though, because he didn't manufacture them. This time, Kody made the decision that he had to take his family to view the signs while he was in Wyoming burying Garrison. However, other followers believe that he sought to bolster his ego by flaunting them on TV. However, Kody wasn't going on this trip to brag about his accomplishments. His family appeared to be bored to tears as he babbled on about the signs he sold. Robyn, Ari, Brianna, Solomon, and Aurora's facial emotions were all quite clear. If this journey hadn't been for the Sister Wives series' depressing occasion, it would have been hilariously strange because Kody wasn't only boring his family to death, but he also kept talking endlessly. Robyn and Kody's unique traveler. Robyn's statement that Garrison was their special passenger on the drive to Wyoming was another scenario that made Sister Wives viewers cringe. Naturally, Kody made it clear that he was the one transporting Garrison's ashes to Wyoming for the ceremony and interment. Many questioned whether Robyn and Kody were attempting to change history after his death because Garrison was allegedly prohibited from entering their home while he was alive. Robyn, however, called his ashes their special passenger. Isn't that odd? Sister Wives, Garrison Brown is not mentioned. Fans of Sister Wives also noticed that Robyn's children never once called out Garrison by name in the episodes pertaining to his funeral. In contrast, The children of Janelle and Christine talked extensively about Garrison and said how much they missed him. In the meantime, Robyn's children appeared to be having a great time on a trip to Wyoming with Robyn and Kody. This was a huge hit among fans. In particular, Michael T., Maddie, and Gabriel all had kind things to say about their brother Garrison. In contrast, Robyn's children, Aurora, Brianna, Solomon, and Ari, were taught about Buffalo Bill's history rather than Kody's recently deceased son. They stayed in the town of Kody, Wyoming, which bears the name of Buffalo Bill Kody, the well-known cowboy, while they attended Garrison's services. Robyn mentioned that Buffalo Bill Kody and their father, Kody Brown, were similar in that they were both ladies' men, which made Aurora and Brianna laugh. It resulted in another icked-out moment for Sister Wives viewers. Then, despite having 4 wives at one point, Kody babbled about not being a women guy. While attending Garrison's memorial ceremonies in Wyoming, they discussed this at their meal. Given the episode's depressing subject, some people thought the chat was repulsive. Kody's father figure. Additionally, viewers of Sister Wives observed that Kody was attempting to boost his self-esteem by claiming that he was the first to hold his newborn baby, Garrison, and that he was the one who took him home to be buried. Fans of Sister Wives also maintain that, for some reason, new sequences were inserted into the most recent episodes using footage that was taken more than a year earlier. They observed how Kody changed from a man who was suffering and in anguish to Robyn's loving husband and the father of her children, with him playing and enjoying ice cream in scenes that resembled vacations. Everyone grieves differently, of course, and perhaps what we witnessed was simply Kody and Robyn's preferred method of doing so. However, there is a great deal of disagreement among Sister Wives fans regarding whether or not this is all fake. The role of Robyn. Fans paid particular attention to Robyn's reactions throughout these bouts of mourning. Robyn doesn't talk much about grieving, but Kody talks about his anguish. Rather, she's taking care of Kody during this difficult period. Every time Robyn talks about Garrison, fans assume that Robyn is attempting to mend Kody's damaged fatherhood image. Fan comments on Sister Wives have discussed how these episodes appear to be more staged than normal and have questioned whether Kody had any input on the editing of his segments. We are all aware that reality TV is inauthentic. However, many saw that Kody and Robyn's actions at Garrison's funeral and death were incredibly twisted. Additionally, since fan opinion seems to be growing worse rather than better, Kody and Robyn may need to think about a different strategy if they are on a campaign to improve their image. What fans really thought of Uncle Tim's eulogy. One of the most poignant episodes of Sister Wives Season 19 has just released. The family has been grieving Garrison's untimely death. The family was seen in the most recent episode transporting Garrison's ashes to his ultimate resting place in Wyoming. However, many people were drawn to Garrison's Uncle Tim's remarks. The Browns get back together. The most recent episode opened with Janelle and her children getting back together. Although she was thrilled to have everyone there, the reunion to bury Garrison's ashes was also a sorrowful occasion. The kids of Janelle and Christine also spent some time together and went fishing. Kody and his family started excavating his son's grave a short while after. Kody stated in his interview that he wishes to do everything in his power to honor his son. Many Sister Wives fans, however, were offended by this and told Kody that he ought to have paid tribute to his son when he was still living. Fans' thoughts on Uncle Tim's eulogy. On social media, some Sister Wives fans talked about Uncle Tim, Kody's brother-in-law, and his remarks at Garrison's funeral. They saw that Tim's opening statements were lifted from the film The Princess Bride, according to the poster. They speculated that Garrison might be a big admirer of the movie because he even tossed a priest's lisp. Uncle Tim's Hawaiian, which is renowned for being among Garrison's favorite outfits, was also praised by the OP. It served as a reminder to him of Garrison's upbeat disposition, despite the seriousness all around him. Additionally, he spoke of a father's regret and a mother's grief. I felt that Kody made a rather wise decision with this call. He kind of called Kody out in the remainder of his lecture when he said that you should be a person who shows up for people so that they will eventually gather for you. It was honest. It wasn't particularly pointed, but it did fit the plot, and Tim captured Garrison's essence throughout. I thought he did a great job in the position, offering his thoughts and gently pointing out lessons that could be learned from it. I recognized it right away and assumed it was appropriate for Garrison. How indeed. Older millennials and Gen Zers are well versed in the Princess Bride's Maude speech. Uncle Tim did a great job of introducing himself to ease the tension and to mention a movie that the siblings probably loved. My goodness, that was the ideal homage. So deeply depressing. Sister wives, Garrison is honored by Kody Brown. The funeral service was emotionally charged. As they give Garrison their parting words, many family members can be heard sobbing in the background. But Peyton's dedication brought a smile to everyone's face. Garrison and the sister wives star traded military tags. The family was taken aback, however, when he made his brother a final drink. Given that they were both in the military, Peyton disclosed in his interview that Garrison was a significant influence on his life. The real reason Robyn Brown's children were segregated? What is the real reason why Robyn Brown's children are kept apart from the original wives and children? I would love to sit and talk with Robyn's 5, Maddie Brown Brush said, but is that going to happen? The real reason Robyn Brown's children were segregated? The fact that Robyn Brown's children are not close to their other siblings is well known. The OG3 did not accept Robyn's 5, and the sister wives star pretended that it was all their fault. Brianna, Dayton, Aurora, Sol, and Ari would all be welcomed into the households of the original 3 wives. However, Robyn forced the OG13 to knock and tread carefully, which made her home quite unpleasant. In any case, prior to the relocation to Flagstaff, there appeared to be some unity within the group. The women in Flagstaff lived far apart, whereas in Las Vegas, there was a cul-de-sac where everyone could congregate and play. Additionally, Robyn said that Kody's sons had treated her disrespectfully, so she made every effort to distance herself from her 5. But there was a desire for change after Garrison Brown's death. The original children and spouses were gathered on one side of the tomb, while Kody, Robyn, and their 5 were on the other. Maddie Brown Rush expressed her willingness to speak with Robyn's children to their sibling, Leon Brown. Fans don't believe she can apologize if she ever hurts them, despite her desire to do so. One fan explained why they didn't believe Maddie could speak to Robyn Brown's children. She will never be able to, as Robyn has been teaching her kids for years that the original Browns, particularly the original 13 kids, despise them. Brianna and Aurora have even expressed that they believe their wives and other children never truly welcomed them. Furthermore, Kody and Robyn's youngest kid, Ari, has declared her hatred for Christine Brownwoolley. She couldn't possibly know that she didn't like Kody's ex-wife without being reminded. Robyn's ultimate objective. Does Robyn Brown intend to keep the children apart in the end? The fact that everyone stood apart as they bid farewell to Garrison Brown really irritated viewers. Maddie Brown Brush feels sorry for the other kids because of this. Additionally, the way Kody and Robyn made their 5 pawns throughout this whole issue has angered viewers. I find it unsettling that Robyn's children have been drawn into all of the drama by KNR. It was simply intolerable to tell them they were never accepted, even though, yes, people overhear things, etc. Robyn's children are